Hey, it's Brain Muffin back with some more Star Wars stuff. So 2019, here we are. It's the year that Episode 9 is going to be released. We're going to learn its title. We're going to learn nothing because it's a Jar Jar Abrams film and the mystery box must reign supreme. But here we go with yet another article. This one from Inverse.com. 4 reasons Star Wars Episode 9 has to return to Tatooine. So I have not read this article yet, so I don't know if this is opinion or they've got leaks from Disney that Disney really is hurting to even know what's going on with this trilogy. Jar Jar Abrams and the gang basically don't have a choice. They must face Tatooine again. Why? Why do they not have a choice? Just because Luke returned in Return of the Jedi, he went back to Tatooine to rescue Han? Really? Is that? I mean, they've copied the other 2 movies, so I guess that's basically why. But let's find out. How many Star Wars movies has it been since anyone set foot on the most pivotal planet in the faraway galaxy? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of pivotal. In 2016, the nostalgic best of Rogue One revisited only Mustafar, arguably the true birthplace of Darth Vader. But the Rebel base, not only Mustafar, but a Rebel base on Yavin 4 too. Other than that, however, none of the other new Star Wars may have set foot on similar planets, specifically the backward desert on Tatooine. So episode 3, I guess, technically. As episode 9 wraps up the sequel trilogy, if you want to call it that. It just seems like a series of 3 movies. I don't really call it a trilogy. The entire Skywalker saga and the entire Skywalker saga at the same time, which actually wrapped up in Return. In Jedi, it seems impossible we won't see Tatooine again. After all, it's been 14 years and 4 new Star Wars movies since we've even glimpsed that old dust ball. Here are 4 reasons why revisiting the iconic Star Wars planet is almost certain to happen. Abrams has to bring it back to the beginning. After news broke that Abrams was taking over directing of Episode 9 from Colin Trevorrow, didn't he get something else? Abrams gave a few quotes about the general direction he planned for the film. The most telling of these comments came in 2017 when Abrams mentioned that he wanted the concluding film to unite the trilogies. Well, okay. It's a trilogy of trilogies, so there's 9 films. It's poetic. It rhymes. Both the original and prequel trilogies started on Tatooine, so it stands to reason that if man was here at lights out, he'd still be here in the morning. Hallelujah! It's a miracle. A man up in... Oh, sorry. Quoting the wrong movie. Man up and disappears from his cell like a fart in the wind. Where's Pando? Both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi featured a signature Star Wars motif, a crime planet that allowed our dashing heroes to get hooked up with some information and or services. Oh, I hate that construct. Wouldn't be able to get through an official channel. It couldn't be able to get through official channels. Though, to be fair, visiting Maz Kanata on, I guess that's Takodana, and The Force Awakens mostly resulted in Rey getting kidnapped. That wasn't whatever. And the Xeno planet was a waste of time. Waste of time. Oh, wait a minute. It was an anti-capitalist message in a capitalist-run venture. Anyway. All of this is fine, but neither are as cool or memorable as Mos Eisley Cantina or Jabba's Palace on Tatooine. Plus, neither of them new crime planets brought back any familiar criminals. But it's supposed to be a new trilogy. We're not supposed to have... Even though everyone wants to see Pando in Cloud City, it feels more natural for Finn to have to go to recruit him in that old bar in Tatooine. Why? Why would he be on Tatooine? Okay? There's no evidence he ever went to Tatooine. Come on, I just get chills thinking about this hypothetical scene. Something like this needs to happen, and putting Pando on Tatooine would be perfect. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna, go back to. Why would he be in Cloud City? Maybe he finds the hand and gives it to Maz. The Force practically lives there. If the Force were a person without a place to live and was sleeping on the couches of its friends until it found an apartment it could afford, Tatooine would be the place it decided to crash. Really? A lot of important mumbo-jumbo has happened on the Tatooine, and not all of it has been depicted on screen. Anakin Skywalker was born, presumably without a father. Presumably. Smee says, who's his father? She just got pregnant. Recent Star Wars comic books have all but confirmed the idea that Palpatine used the Force to knock up. Yeah. And After all, Anakin's birth was obviously discovered there by Qui-Gon at the time and believed to be the will of the Force. Plus, Tatooine is where Luke pretty much completed his own Jedi training by building his second lightsaber. And Tatooine is the place where, we see him finish it in a cut scene from Return of the Jedi. Communicate with Qui-Gon's ghost through the Force. Yep. Well, I mean that's actually don't find any fault with that. There's real world evidence to support it. It's already common knowledge that Episode 9 was filmed in Jordan, which certainly could stand in for Tatooine in film. Tatooine was filmed in Tunisia in A New Hope, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. In Return of the Jedi, Tatooine was filmed in Yuma, Arizona. But recently, a Reddit leak revealed that the cast and crew of Episode 9 were given gifts highly suggestive of a return to Tatooine, jars of sand in reference to the sacred place. Clearly that place being, but if he actually wanted to wrap this up, Jakku was where you'd end up. Maybe you start on Tatooine and go to Jakku. Because that would be the symmetry of the trilogy itself. Because it's not been to Tatooine at all. Whereas the other two start and sort of end on Tatooine. So if he wanted that imagery, he's got to end the movie on Jakku. So maybe they go to Tatooine, kind of like in Jedi, and they get some stuff, and they get some clues of what to do next, and off they go to Tatooine to finish out the trilogy. So the list of 9 titles, I already did an article on that. So I don't see any comments on this. There's just a bunch of other articles. So I at this point, I really don't give a crap. This man right here is the one who set up this whole mess. I know Ruin Johnson takes a lot of blame, but really Jar Jar gave him nothing to do, right? He wrapped up Mary Sue's arc in the very first movie, and everything else is filler. And so Jar Jar here, what he's ever going to do, he's been a hack for years in Hollywood, for decades, and he has no one else to copy. There's nothing else left to copy except you had a little bit of Return of the Jedi and Empire in The Last Jedi, and now we're just going to get a rehash, I guess, at this point, or maybe rehash Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi. That's why I say you kind of follow both those movies and then end it with Rey dying on Tatooine or something. I don't know, finding the Holy Temple or her parents, or I don't care. Whatever it is, it's not going to be satisfying other than to finally know that Disney Star Wars is finally over. That's the only satisfying thing about it. But I don't see these as reasons why they have to. They really don't have to. I would absolutely like to see them just break the mold and completely and do an original story that does somehow tie the movies together, all 9 of them. I mean, it's gonna be tough for Jar Jar just to tie up this sequel, let alone something with all 9 movies, and other than outright copying. Do an original story, write a good character for Mary Sue here, give Rey something to overcome, make Finn more than just butt of jokes, and butt of this guy's racist jokes. Him and Ruin Johnson both. I mean, I can't believe that John Boyega. I mean, it's right out racism what they do with Finn, and have Kylo have a real turning to the dark side and not this emo nonsense. Make it real, and you'll have a great movie. Otherwise, it's just going to be crap. All right. So, what do you think? Do you think they have to return to Tatooine, or do you think this is just yet another way to copy the old? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks so much for your support this year. It's going to be awesome. Bye. 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, we can hold some stuff for after the credits because people like that, and it lets us do those card thingies that they suggest. It's supposed to work, but we'll see. All right, 3. Did we do it? No, we didn't. All right, 3, 2, 1.